Promoted listings. Recently, another channel put out a video and it scared quite a few resellers. And this video is going to hopefully clear the air and maybe break some of the confusion. So let's get to it without any further ado. Let's go. Welcome back to the channel. This is John from Flippin' Ain't Easy. And in this video, I want to kind of rehash what I covered in my live stream. And I realize not a lot of you guys really get to look at my live stream. Maybe it's just not coming up in your feed. But I think for many resellers, there was some confusion that kind of happened maybe a week and a half, 2 weeks ago when a video was put out by another channel who I think meant well, but they really put a scare into a lot of resellers. And unfortunately, the information was read verbatim, but without really understanding the context of the terms of service and who it was really meant for. Unfortunately, the terms of service is lawyer legalese speak, and they have to cover all their bases. And before eBay can do any implementation, really anything, they have to cover themselves through the legal team, the legal side of eBay. And eBay will then put that information out. And unfortunately, in this case, eBay didn't do a good job of communicating what all this legalese meant for the average you and I. And unfortunately, it caused a lot of maybe overreactions. And that video caused one channel to put that overreaction video. Another channel came out and condemned that person without saying their name. And it was just a big hoopla. And unless you live under a rock, then you know who I'm talking about, but I'm not going to throw any channels out there like that in a negative context. It's not something I like to do on this particular channel. So with that said, let me just tell you, if you happen to be one of the very few resellers out there that have an account manager through eBay, that's how big of a seller you are, then that information that was put out in those videos may pertain to you. The idea that eBay can add, change, or remove your keywords if you're doing the promoted listing advance. If you have your prices set wrong, eBay can go and change your prices. Maybe your ad rates on promoted listing standard are not correct, at least in eBay's eyes, to help sell your items. And of course, I think all of us have to deal with the whole idea of third parties possibly not liking the fact that you're selling their items without being approved by them, which is kind of a totally different issue. But in this case, eBay is sharing sales data with those companies. Now, from what eBay has said, okay, and what the terms of service says, it's that you have to opt in to this particular program if you're even asked to opt in, okay? So eBay put out something last year, I believe it was in the fall, winter seller update, stating that they were working on an optimization program, but didn't give a whole lot of information. I guess I could go back and see what that was. There's something called the Wayback Machine. You can go back and see what document was put out at a given time. But essentially, it is a program that's set up for select sellers. I would believe high status sellers. I don't know what it would take for you to get an eBay manager to overlook your account. If you have such status, you're probably not watching this particular channel. So if you do not have an eBay sales manager helping you with your store, then you absolutely have nothing to worry about. The formula they use to calculate what you owe for your promoted listing fee is only based off of the sale price of the item. So if you have the item set at 99 cents with $30 shipping, your promoted listing fee is only off of 99 cents. So it's sort of how final value fees used to work back in the day, where it was off of just the price of the item and shipping wasn't even part of the calculation. Well, you know, people, I guess, may have gotten wise to it. I think eBay might think that. Of course, I think what the real motivation is, it's just another money grab and another way to get more money. And I think what happened was eBay decided that they were going to bring us along slowly when they introduced promoted listings in the first place back in the day. So they only decided to make it off of the end item price, not the shipping, right? And then later on, the taxes. And just like back in the day where eBay initially charged final value fees off of the end item price and not off the shipping, people got wise to it, started selling that 99-cent item with $40 shipping. It was a $50 item, and they still got sales and they still made their money because they made a profit off the shipping. You didn't have to pay eBay fees off of the shipping part. Well, currently right now, if you sell an item with promoted listings, you're only paying that promoted listing rate off of the end price of that item, not the shipping, not the sales tax. So eBay's grabbing more money out of our pockets, and this is just another way for them to do that. Starting June 1st, that promoted listing fee is going to be off of the entire transaction value, which includes your final sale price, your shipping costs or fees that you're charging, and the tax that the buyer is paying. That you never see, by the way, but that's another story altogether. I know there's a lot of people that have split feelings about that whole thing, but we won't go into that on this video. So that's what's going to happen for most sellers and all sellers using promoted listings is the 1st of June. It's just going to be calculated differently. All this legal speak about how eBay can change this and do that and do this and do that, that's if you have an account manager, and that's if you opt into it. Even then, once you have an account manager, you tell them pretty much my 10,000 item store, maybe I don't have the people to oversee it. Maybe an account manager can then go in and maybe have a bot or something go in and set parameters to change keywords, change prices, change promoted listing rates. And, you know, that would be only if the owner of that store approves. Now, there's stories out there where people say, look, I only set my promoted listings to 1%, yet I checked it and I made a sale and it had me down for 11%. There's stories about that all over the place. But you saw my video that I just made a couple days ago on Monday. Well, there's glitches all over the place. And eBay is just glitch happy. I'm dealing with a lot of glitches myself. So it doesn't surprise me that eBay loses listings. It doesn't surprise me that eBay duplicates our listings. It doesn't surprise me that there's just screwed up stuff going on at eBay. They're using an old platform, and it's not going to get any newer anytime soon. And just like that old jalopy that, you know, maybe you or a family member used to drive many, many years ago, you know, that one that used to break down every week? Well, that's kind of what we're driving right now. We're driving that old 79 Nova. Maybe we don't even have seat covers. We're using an Afghan to cover our seat. I had a friend that had a old 79 Nova and it had an Afghan. So I'm just telling you that we're driving the old car, and all we're doing when eBay does these seller updates, they're just taking it to the shop and they're fixing this part and fixing that part. When there's a car dealership down the street that'll take this trade in, but eBay doesn't want to do it. So that's kind of what we're dealing with. We're stuck with that old car. Now on this channel, I like to back up what I'm saying. I just like to pull things out of thin air. I don't just like to interpret things wildly. I'd like to give you the information that I have as I understand it. But if I have information from eBay, I'm going to share that with you as well. Here's one of two responses from Velvet at eBay regarding this whole promoted listings issue. Hi, everyone. I received this from the promoted listings team to share with you all. We understand there has been a lot of discussion surrounding the recently announced updates to our marketing program teams. We appreciate the feedback and want to take this time to clarify. Some sellers have expressed concerns about provisions relating to a promoted listings account optimization program we introduced last year. Specifically, those terms are intended to help us manage sellers' promoted listings accounts, but only when the seller has asked us to do so. Currently, we only offer the service through our account managers, and no seller has been or will ever be opted in by default. So it means just what I told you. You have to have an account manager. You have to have that kind of status on eBay. And even then, they're not going to take action on your account unless you give them permission to do so. And for most of you, I mean, we want to grow our stores, but even then, that's probably never going to happen. And if you go back in the terms of service, it does say, does make mention that you have the ability to opt in. It doesn't really say who. In fact, it does say something, the management program, I believe, but it doesn't really make reference to the optimization program, but I happen to think that they're one in the same. Now, later on in this thread that I got this from on the eBay forums, it does show that this Velvet did respond again. A user asked about, well, you know, who can be in this optimization program? And the response from Velvet was this: as for the optimization program question, I've confirmed with the ads team that there is currently no official optimization program in place, and the use of the opt-in service has been extremely limited. The team is open to suggestions on the type of optimization program that would add value for sellers, though today we have a team of customer support who are able to advise while the seller remains 100% control over changes. So this statement is somewhat concerning to me, that it kind of backs up what she said before, but it does leave the door open for something like this to be possible for the everyday you and I, and that's concerning. I want to opt out 100% because, you know, really smaller sellers should be in control of their store. There should be no need to say, look, eBay, here are my items. You decide the keywords, you decide the ad rate, you decide the price, you decide the this, the that, and the other thing, and all I'll do is take pictures and send them over. It's never going to get that easy. You still have to build the listings, and you still got to babysit your listings. Hopefully this provides you guys some clarification as to why you shouldn't panic about this whole promoted listings thing. Yeah, for you and I, it sucks that we're going to be paying more to utilize promoted listings, but are you surprised? I mean, think about it. We get feed to death. They are always and have been for the last few years trying to find ways to take more from the sellers without really providing any kind of value to the seller for that return. And again, what I've said many times before and what I said on the live stream, this is eBay's sandbox. It's their rules. You got to choose to play within the rules or just don't play at all. But for me, I'm staying because the traffic's good. The sales are better than any platform that I've been able to utilize with the kind of products that I sell. And until that changes, I'm going to continue playing eBay's game. So guys, tell me what you think. Comment down below. Let me know your thoughts about this. While you're at it, smash that like button, or don't smash it, because if you hit it more than once, it actually turns on and off. But you know what I'm talking about. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel. So if you enjoy this kind of content, by subscribing, my next video will pop up in your feed. And of course, if you really want to be on top of things when I go live the next time or when I make another video, hit that notification bell so you're notified and you don't miss an episode. And hopefully this channel, we have over 11,000 subscribers, and hopefully we can keep growing this channel. So guys, I hope that clears it up. Just know you're going to still be in control of your store. But you know, this kind of confusion can happen, and just all another example of how flipping ain't easy. And I want you guys to have a great rest of your week, and we will talk to you very soon.